If I ask you who the worst team in the NBA is, you could easily say the Brooklyn Nets, the Washington Wizards, but a sneaky, terrible team that's really not that sneaky because they just lost by over 50 points to the Boston Celtics is the Toronto Raptors. Now, I have rebuilt the Washington Wizards and the Charlotte Hornets, as well as the Brooklyn Nets on this channel, but the Toronto Raptors might be the worst team that I've never really dealt with before. Can Scottie Barnes be a true #1 player on a championship team? Remains to be seen. Emmanuel Quickley was paid a lot of money in the offseason, and while he's been injured quite a bit, he hasn't really shown that true upside to be an all-star level player. Somebody like RJ Barrett has shown flashes, thriving in the fast break, becoming a great scorer, but I don't really know if he's going to be a long-term piece for this team. And what is the ceiling for somebody like Grady Dick, who is a very good scorer, at least in the beginning of the season, has definitely cooled down quite a bit. If you guys are excited for the Hoopland rebuilds here on the channel, be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments down below which team should I rebuild next. Since I've done a rebuild, I've added a lot of content to my rosters. As you can see, all of these teams have different championships won based on just adding their historical seasons to their team. Like if we go to their history, we can see the championships won, even their first overall season. I added all this content myself. If you guys want these NBA rosters I'm going to be using in this video, as well as the 2025 NBA draft with Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper, be sure to join my Discord. It's also in the description below, and then there'll be links to all of those different rosters as well. Getting into this team, we kind of covered a little bit of what their roster really upholds, but if we start with somebody like Scottie Barnes, and again, you're going to see a lot of new stuff. We have their morale underneath their name, we have their different player skills, and we also have the ability to add contract extensions. So there's going to be a lot of new additions in this Hoopland update that are going to be on full display. So Scottie Barnes, again, somebody that I think is a great player. I think with the defensive versatility, he probably can't be your best player because he just kind of lacks a little bit of offense, but he's starting to really get that figured out. He's got a lot of playmaking chops as well for a big forward, and I think he could definitely be a #2 on a championship team. Then we go to RJ Barrett, probably their next best player, somebody that's playing very well considering he's kind of fizzling out in New York, and he's pretty young still. He's drafted very, very young out of Duke. Emmanuel Quickley, as I mentioned before, somebody that could be a nice spark plug off the bench, but that's kind of where Grady Dick comes in. Could Grady Dick become the full-time starter moving forward? And Jakob Poeltl, somebody who's played very well this year, kind of having a little bit of a career resurgence, getting paid as much as he does. Bruce Brown hasn't seen the court much at all this year. Ochai Agbaji, a very nice bright spot for this team. Jacoby Walter, drafted out of Baylor, pretty high. I think it was a lottery pick, and he's been okay. He's kind of actually figuring it out lately. Kelly Olynyk, he's fine. He's going to start to regress. Davion Mitchell, a solid, scrappy backup point guard. Bruno Fernando, Ulrich Comtree, Chris Boucher, Jamal Shed, pretty decent rookie, as well as Jonathan Mogbo. Now, I don't know if they're really going to be anything besides a decent level contributing player. So here's what we're going to do. Starting off, we're going to go ahead and throw some players on the trade block. I'm not going to accept any ridiculous trades, but considering the fact that we know this team should bottom out, it shouldn't be very good, that might kind of give us some poise for potentially getting a high draft pick. Now, I also added in my coding, I added certain players to the trade block that you could expect to see in real life. Now, I think on this roster, I actually have made the trades when it comes to the different players move. Like for the Lakers, I think D'Lo is on the Nets. Like we can see, Dorian Finney-Smith is right here on the LA Lakers. But somebody like Jimmy Butler, I was able to go into the code and add him. Typically, he would be untouchable, but I added him to the trade block, so we might be able to see him get moved at some point. So I'm also going to make sure my development is not set to any focus, because typically I'd set it to auto so these players would progress as the season goes on, but I don't want them to, because I want them to be really bad to start off. So we're going to go ahead and go maybe 30 games into the new year. Another part of the new update is you can see, if you look at the teams right now, you can see my record updating as time goes on. Like we're 0-2, or 1-2, 2-2, 3-2. So that's something cool. If you skip all the way to the end of the season, you can kind of see how your team's going. And if you're winning or losing too much, you can stop the simulation. Anthony Davis for RJ Barrett might be a little bit rich. But Seth Curry for Bruce Brown in a Charlotte first, we will go ahead and accept that. I don't know why they would ever make that trade. Ochai Agbaji for Torrey Craig, Chicago's first. We'll also accept that. And then this De'Aaron Fox, RJ Barrett trade, we're going to keep our eye peeled for. We don't want to be too good, so we got to make sure we know that. And I also didn't really set the lineup, but I kind of want this team to just figure it out on its own. We definitely could stand to start more of the young guys. So someone like Bruno Fernando, probably going to lose his minutes. Jonathan Mogbo will take those. All right, we're going to save this lineup as default. We're just going to kind of rock out with it. Hopefully we just lose a lot of games. That's definitely the goal. We are at the trade deadline. We currently have a lot of trade offers at the moment. Vic Krejci in a first, RJ Barrett. Please tell me we've lost a lot of games. I'm not trying to be good at all. Please show me. Okay, we're not really at the bottom. We're 24 and 34. We do have Chicago's first. Maybe just kind of tanking intentionally. We'll lower these minutes a little bit. Give the young guys a chance. 35 and 47. It's not as bad as I wanted to be, but that's fine. We're going to avoid. Oh, we're in the play-in. Okay, we win. I'm trying to be bad. I do not want to be good. We're the 10th seed. The Magic, please don't do this. Okay, so we're going to get a really, really high pick unless we can get lucky in the draft. Let's see if we see any notable players here in the accolades. Clutch Player of the Year goes to Nikola Jokic. Russell Westbrook, 6th Man of the Year. Rookie of the Year is Jared McCain. DPOY is Evan Mobley, and Nikola Jokic wins his 4th MVP. Dallas finally gets it. They get their revenge over the Boston Celtics in 7, and Dallas took the Nuggets to 7, and the Knicks took Boston to 6. So we've got a lot of XP we're sitting on here for our players. We hopefully can get some momentum here. We got the draft lottery. We've got Charlotte's pick. Give me some highlight. Okay, no. We've obviously got our own pick at 9. Please, give me something highlighted. Oh, no, that's not good. We fucking fell to 10. Okay, well, we have Chicago's pick of the top 3. Stop highlighting everything else. Because that means... Okay, and Miami's going to go all the way up to number 1. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to try to orchestrate something to get a top pick here because I'm trying to think who would be here that's probably thinking, oh, this is kind of house money. We'll go ahead and take our pick, which is at like 8, and we'll take Charlotte's, which is at the end of the lottery. And we will go ahead and find the Washington Wizards. We'll say, hey, you guys are pretty bereft of talent, and we think this is not the, we think this is a good draft class, but not the best. So what if we give you 2 first, and you move back? They move from 3 to 6, and they get another lottery pick. I like it. I don't care if you like it. I'm doing it. And we're going to move up just a tad. We still get a nice lottery pick a little bit higher, but we get a chance to take a crack at one of the top players. Is it going to be Ace Bailey? Looks like it's going to be Dylan Harper. That's fine with me. Come on, Maluwak is still there as well. Probably could stand to move Dylan Harper's kind of overall up a little bit more. Hugo Gonzalez out of Spain. Could also take a swing at the bat at 6 for him. Mark Sears is kind of similar to what we got in Jamal Shed, so we'll go with Trayvon Brazil out of Arkansas. Hugo Gonzalez out of Spain, and then we also get Dylan Harper out of Rutgers, who is, you know, in any other draft that didn't have Cooper Flag in it, just because of all the hype alone, you'd be stupid not to take him. Dylan Harper is really making a great case for it. He's looking like a true 3-level facilitating, walking bucket, whatever all the, you know, Gen Alpha phrases are. He looks like all of that. But the Heat get Cooper Flag, which is pretty lucky for them. So we've got Seth Curry. He's gone. Jonathan Mogbo, how much does he want? Probably too much. We're going to go ahead and release him as well. Torrey Craig is gone. Davion Mitchell for a backup point guard probably also wants too much. And you know what? Because we got a guard in the draft, are we ready to be good right away? Do we want to sign somebody? Do we want to try to bring in... Jonathan Kuminga has an offer from every single team. So a backup center and a forward potentially, because Kelly Olynyk's not getting any younger. Even though technology... maybe one day you might be able to get that, but for now, no. Peyton Watson, as a Nuggets fan, $12 million a year. He is definitely worth that. We'll go $13 million over 4. Give us somebody solid off the bench. Maybe he wants a little bit more money, and you know, he moves up to the 6. Jonathan Kuminga goes to the Nuggets, and we get Peyton Watson. So I'd say they probably upgraded pretty well. I'd probably rather have Jonathan Kuminga, but you know what? We're not trying to be too good too quickly. Maybe 15 mil over 2, 17, 18 mil over 2, team option. We probably don't bring him back in the second year, and we just say, hey, you know what? Thanks for being a part of it. We'll give you some free money. We're going pretty bench focused, so Grady Dick is going to be starting for us at the 1. Jacoby Walter going to get his start here in his sophomore season. RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl. And then Peyton Watson, Salty Aldama, Emmanuel Quickly, Dylan Harper, and Hugo Gonzalez going to get the 10th spot there. And we are currently projected to be the 19th best offense, 16th best defense. Pretty mediocre overall. You know, if last year we could contend for a play-in spot that I didn't adjust the minutes for because I really didn't want to win, then this team should probably be okay to, in the East, probably make the play-in. I think that's probably a fine goal. I kind of wanted to move on from RJ Barrett, but also at the same time, too, he's played pretty well. I didn't actually look at the stats overall, but De'Aaron Fox still right here. Jalen Brunson, probably not going to steal that. That seems a little bit rich, but De'Aaron Fox on 1 year left on his deal. I really don't hate it, although RJ Barrett gives us flexibility at the forward spot. Other than him, it's really just Peyton Watson, although Hugo Gonzalez could fill in that role. And then we get a true point guard. I mean, there's a lot of turmoil. There's a lot of chatter in Sacktown. I keep seeing that offer. I don't think I'd do it straight up because it just doesn't seem that realistic. So let's go ahead and see what a potential trade could look like. You know, they've got some available cap room. They think RJ Barrett, I mean, he's a much younger player than De'Aaron Fox at this point. I mean, De'Aaron Fox not that old. He's 28, but contracts are a little bit cheaper, a couple extra years. De'Aaron Fox is only on a 1-year deal, so this is like we're going all in, hoping to be able to extend him as well. Straight up, they would accept it. We need to figure out something that could maybe free up some minutes on our side. I think I'm looking at Jacoby Walter. Jacoby Walter probably is going to be an odd man out, although I do like him as a player. We could throw them a 2029 first-round pick. So RJ Barrett, Jacoby Walter, and a first a couple years down the line for De'Aaron Fox. At this point, he's a 1-year rental. Hopefully he decides to accept a contract extension from us, and we make a pretty blockbuster trade early in the season, which is going to throw our minutes in shambles. Our defense is going to be much improved, but I think that's a huge win for us. So we are only running a 9-man rotation, but we still have a lot of minutes into the bench. De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper going to start at the 2. Grady Dick, decent size Dick. Move him down to the 3. Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl. Then Peyton Watson, IQ, Salty Aldama, and Hugo Gonzalez. De'Aaron Fox going to make quite the addition. Our offense looks like it's much worse. Sacramento's got to be doing pretty poorly. I mean, they're 4-9. Devin Carter's projected to start for them. I never really checked what RJ Barrett was averaging. It looks like he's averaging 19.5, 5, and 2. I haven't really looked at much of the stats. Last year, he was averaging 20 points per game in a full season. He actually averaged it 2 years in a row and about 5 rebounds a game. So not bad. Good production for the Sacramento Kings. DeMar DeRozan getting old. I guess they're kind of going into a new phase, trying to figure out what they're going to do. So we are officially in win now mode, and already in year 2, trying to contend, trying to take advantage of what the league has given us. We've got a Jakob Poeltl for Jeremy Grant offer, but also we don't really have any center. I mean, we could start Scotty at small ball 5. Listen, guys, we need to win games so that way De'Aaron Fox comes back. Because if this trade was for De'Aaron Fox and he decides not to sign an extension, I'm going to be devastated. We're 43-39. That's a pretty mediocre, but what do you expect with this team? I mean, we're slowly getting in the right direction here. As Scotty Barnes is up to a 98 overall, he is very close to being completely maxed out. I guess we can also remove his glasses because he's not injured all the time, so we'll take those glasses off of him, give him the option to see now. Dylan Harper, not really having to change his threads too much because he's already rocking the red and black, so it's pretty fitting. Keep them in the same exact uniform attire. We are 22 on offense, 16th defense. We are at the 9 spot. We got to take on the Cavs, which is not a fun team to be playing. Nikola Jovic starting for them at the 4, so that's a little bit of change for them. De'Aaron Fox finished off the season 23, 4-4, so his assists are way down, but his steals are up to almost 2 per game. Dylan Harper, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Grady Dick, almost 15 points. Scotty Barnes, 18 points. It looks like we're kind of, maybe we just have too many minutes allocated to the bench, so we will kind of change that a little bit. That's a little bit better. We're going to make the adjustment. Our overall doesn't really go up too much. Can we take care of business against the Cavs? We do. So we have to play another game now. 8th seed Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey. Also prayers to Jaden Ivey. Oh my God, that injury looked very bad. Asar Thompson, Jalen Duren. So the starting 5 is very similar to what you'd expect. Let's go ahead and see if we can take care of business. And we don't. Okay, well, looks like we're going to have a nice high draft pick again for a team that really I wanted to contend. Dylan Harper trying to compete for Rookie of the Year. We're going to see any Raptors in any of these awards. It doesn't look like it. Trae Young leads the league in assists. Rookie of the Year is Cooper Flagg. DPOY goes to Giannis, and Luka wins MVP of the 3-seeded Dallas Mavericks. Show me something fun. Show me something good. Who's going to win the 2026 NBA championship? It's going to be the Memphis Grizzlies against the Pistons. How the fuck did the Pistons get there? They beat the Pacers, the Hornets. They got swept by the Memphis Grizzlies. Just goes to show you how much stronger the West is than the East. Grady Dick, obviously going to bring him back. He's playing very well. Jamal Shed will bring him back too. And Salty Aldama, gonna decline his option because we overpaid him a lot. We kind of had a feeling we weren't gonna bring him back, and we were not able to hash out an extension with De'Aaron Fox. Now he is going to potentially become a free agent. We need to shell out all the assets we possibly can to bring him back. Draft lottery. Toronto's at 14, and we're going to stay at 14. We don't have any other picks. We'll go ahead and take Dan Cross out of Washington. So we're going to go ahead and go to the first day of free agency. We need to make sure we bring back De'Aaron Fox. He didn't want to sign an extension. That's fine. We're going to have to pay him all that we possibly can. Oh my God, that's all we can offer him, and he's at 89%. He wants to play for a contender. He doesn't see us as that. Well, got to keep your eyes peeled, buddy, because we're going to figure it out, all right? Salty Aldama could come back on a better option for us. Ulrich Kamchi as well. Doesn't look like he wants too much. Probably too much for what he is. Jakob Poeltl is an asset that we never really were able to take advantage of. So we're going to go ahead and get 14 mil over 4 for Salty Aldama, and then we will go ahead and look at the big free agents here. Paolo Banchero, Chet Holmgren, getting quite a few offers. Not as many as I'd actually expect to see. J-Dub as well. The Charlotte Hornets are trying to get De'Aaron Fox. I feel like we have a better offer than them. If he wants to play for a contender, that's not it, buddy. Kristaps is content with going back to the Celtics. We need some sort of upgrade at center. DeAndre Ayton would technically be an upgrade over Salty Aldama if he's projected to start. Jalen Duren, after a Pistons run to the finals that kind of fell on deaf ears here. Daniel Gafford, Jabari Smith, 18 mil over 4. We don't have enough coins for this. We don't have enough coins for anything. Oh my god, I shelled out all my coins to try to upgrade my facilities, and we've completely neglected everything. All right, well, it looks like we're just hoping to God we get De'Aaron Fox back. Please come to the 6. You know you love it here. Salty Aldama and De'Aaron Fox are coming back, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to bring anyone else back. I mean, we just can't bring anyone else in. We're not going to be able to really participate in this level of free agency. It is what it is. We're going to have to just run it back. Hopefully, our players continue to progress, show some good signs of life. Honestly, it's fine, though, because we don't want to crowd the backcourt. Hugo Gonzalez, Dylan Harper, they need a chance to really develop and thrive in a potential starting role. Yeah, we're fine. This is good. This is good. Here's going to be the 9-man rotation here. Jamal Shed, unfortunately, just don't really have any minutes for him at this point. Got a lot of guards here. Team is projected to be bad, which is not good. We're trying to be good, but we should see a lot of progression for our young players, considering the fact we upgraded our facilities to world class. I'm going to go right to the All-Star break. 26-33. We're too mediocre right now to be contending for anything. The minutes have stayed the same. We look like we're developing. Dylan Harper's up to an 80 overall, averaging 11 points, 4 rebounds. Where's Mr. Hugo Gonzalez? He's averaging 10 points, but it's not that good. I mean, if we really wanted to be better, we would start Grady Dick. We'd probably start Peyton Watson. This is a developmental year for us again. We could really stand to have somebody that could have a little bit more of an upside at the center spot. Still just vying for play-in spots. We're 36-46. In fact, we don't even make the play-in. Victor wins DPOY, and Cade wins MVP of the 3-seeded Detroit Pistons, and OKC wins it all, losing at least one of their star players. iHeart's starting for them. J-Dub does decide to return, but that means that Chet Holmgren is out there somewhere wreaking havoc as they beat the Knicks in 5. We're at 9. Oh, God, we fell quite a bit. But you know what? We don't need another draft pick. We've got the players in place. We've got some capital. You know, we got 59 mil to play with. Emmanuel, quickly, what have you been doing for us? I know you've been getting paid a lot to kind of do nothing on the bench. You're averaging 9 points per game, but maybe we say, hey, it's a limited role. We go ahead and take our first-round pick and our second. Is there some sort of center that we could potentially grab? Jared Allen's not even starting for this team. He was averaging 2 minutes per game. He hasn't been starting at all, and they would accept his trade. Emmanuel quickly and a first and second, basically just saying we're trading out of this draft for Jared Allen on a 2-year deal. We're making it happen. We're getting a big shot-blocking player, and we're going on to the draft, which we washed our hands clean of. We don't want to be a part of it. Our scouting department was fucking taking the season off, I guess, because they really didn't do anything. We've got Grady Dick, who is looking for a contract extension, 18 mil over 4. We'll give him what he wants. Jamal Shed probably wants too much money, considering we haven't really been starting him, even on the bench. So Nikola Jokic is a free agent. Dallas trying to get him with Luka, but they can't get Luka if they're offering on Nikola Jokic. So Luka might be on the move. SGA getting a few offers as well. RJ Barrett set to go back to Sacramento with a big fat contract. Any true point guards? DeJounte Murray as like a commander of the second unit, but I don't think he would really want that at his point in his career. Anthony Black, we could really join up the Black Dick. We could do it. It only costs us 20 mil as the backup too. Michael Porter Jr. is here. He's not getting any offers, and Nikola Jokic goes to the Dallas Mavericks. Does Luka go somewhere else? Because it's like, oh, that makes sense because they're good friends. But then if Luka's gone, then what was this all for? Luka goes to the Magic. Okay. Scotty Barnes is an official level 100 player. He is hitting his full ceiling. De'Aaron Fox, 30 years old. He's going to be regressing soon. We got to make sure we take advantage of our championship window in the 4th season. We get a nice even split between the bench and the starters, a 10-man rotation. I like this. De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, MPJ, Scotty Barnes, and Jared Allen, with Grady Dick, Anthony Black, Hugo Gonzalez, Peyton Watson, and Salty Aldama on the bench. This team is projected to be the #1 best offense, the #1 team overall, and the 3rd best defense. We got a lot of length, got a little bit of girth, but a lot of length. Gonna finish out the season so strong, 56-26. And if it wasn't for Orlando beating us out by 1 game with Luka and Chet and Franz and Jalen Suggs, what the hell? Then we would have had the #1 seed in the East. We had a great end of our season. 6-man Rookie of the Year, DPOY. Nikola Jokic wins MVP on the Dallas Mavericks. We get no awards. Now we're feeling seriously snubbed. We take on the Pacers. It's going to be Mathurin, Halliburton, Christian Brown, Siakam, Miles Turner. I'm sure that, yeah, some regression's got to be hitting for Pascal Siakam, who just signed an extension. Let's take care of business. Game number 1, it's a win. We hold him to 84 points. Game number 2 is a loss. We lose by 13. Okay, De'Aaron Fox, all the starters really kind of shit the bed there. Game number 3, it's going to be a nice win here in Indianapolis. Michael Porter Jr. with 24 points in that one. Come on, make it a 3-1. There we go. Take care of business. Let's get this first round out of here. Let's move on. We're taking on the 76ers. Maxey, McCain, Paul George, Isaiah Stewart, and Joel Embiid. Got to be some serious regression for Paul George, putting up 12 points per game in his year 37. Michael Porter Jr. going to be feasting on him with a 9-point win to start. Everybody in the starting rotation had 22 points besides Jared Allen. Bench was playing well. Could definitely stand to shorten this rotation too if we really start to struggle. But right now we're rolling with a 12-point win, moving on to hopefully a 3-0 lead, and we do. Let's get a clean sweep on the Sixers as Joel Embiid with another mask. He's got another orbital fracture, injured to fucking high hell. Come on, gentlemen sweep. Okay, what are we doing? We're letting a little bit the light shine through. There we go. 4-2 series in the books. Get some more rest. And we take on the Magic. This is the team that we knew we'd be struggling with. They currently are averaging just slightly more points than us, but they got a couple injuries. Franz, Wendell Carter, probably going to play through both. Keldon Johnson starting for them as well. Wendell Carter at the 4. They've got solid players on their bench, Mo Wagner, Aaron Nesmith, but if they're running anything more than an 8-man rotation, they're going to be starting some serious shitters, and that's when we take advantage because we got a lot of depth, as game number 1 is a huge win. We beat Orlando. They only scored 89 points. That's looking like the Raptors of today. Game number 2 is another win. 10-point win for us, and we steal home court advantage. We go back to the 6, make it a 3-0. Okay, got a little excited. I guess no one wants to win at home. No one wants to win at home. Is that what's happening? Okay, 2-2 series. We got a series now. 30 points for De'Aaron Fox. Anyone's ball game here. I'm going to mess with the minutes just a little bit. Anthony Black losing 1. Scotty Barnes going to get a minute. We'll go ahead and give some more minutes to De'Aaron Fox. Maybe Dylan Harper too. We say, hey, can you take the jump for us in your 3rd season? Game number 5. This is where it all comes down to business. Can it be a win? It is. It's a 6-point win. Scotty Barnes, 29-8. Keldon Johnson was their best player in that matchup. Had to have been kind of a stinker. Luka Doncic in a serious important game only scores 20. Come on, let's finish this series off. We are up 3-2 in the 6th. Can we take care of business? We do. 4-point win. Michael Porter Jr. Game 7, Porter. 16 points for Grady Dick off the bench. Oh my God, I'm loving the production from this bench. Chet Holmgren had a great game, but it wasn't enough. And we take on the Denver Nuggets. So many storylines. Is that SGA? Dalton Connect, Jonathan Kuminga, Aaron Gordon, Donovan Clingan. I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but Jamal Murray's coming off the bench as an ultimate 6-man. This is a good team, but we're better. We're better. Come on. This team is absolutely stacked. De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, MPJ, Scotty Barnes, Jared Allen. We've got a 10-man rotation. Everyone's getting involved. This is a revenge game for Peyton Watson, who's playing very well for this team off the bench. He's had some starting, roles for us. But Michael Porter Jr. having a career resurgence. And Michael Porter Jr. could be the guy to say, you know what? We're going to ice your ass. We're going to go ahead and take care of business. In year number 4, game number 1 in Toronto is a 7-point win. Jonathan Kuminga leads their team. 19 points is not enough. Game number 2. Come on. It's a 1-1 series. This is going to be a fucking battle. I already know it. 2-1 series. No, Toronto, please. Lock up. Game number 4. Can we even it out? It's a 3-1 series. We're going to have to go deep into our rotation now. We've got to win here in the 6th. Please extend the series. We do. It's a 9-point win. SGA puts the team on his back. It is not enough. Take care of business in Denver. Can we get a win? Let's extend the series. A 1-point win against the Denver Nuggets. Scotty Barnes, 15 rebounds. We're going to obviously live sim this one on all-star difficulty. We're going to hop in. If we're winning, we'll try to hop in and win this game. I don't want to have to intervene, but, if I have to, I will. But I really just like to hop in there, get a feel with this team, see what this team's all about, especially in a championship game. Game 7. Coming back 3-1. Oh, it's neck and neck. It's a 1-point game going down to the 4th quarter. It's anyone's ball game. Pretty low scoring, too. Oh, we're up by a lot, though. We're up by 6, up by 8, up by 16 points. Oh, my God. It's a sold-out crowd here in Scotiabank Arena. And look at that. De'Aaron Fox getting crafty, trying to back down. SGA puts the floater up. It's off. But we are already up by 14 points. Dominating here. I mean, we could theoretically still lose it, but I think we should be okay. We're all over that. Michael Porter Jr. on Jonathan Kuminga. Get the rebound on his former teammate, Aaron Gordon, and he's going coast to coast. The spin move and the reverse dunk. Flex it on a Michael Porter Jr. 20 points. He's on fire right now. SGA's trying to will his team back, and De'Aaron Fox steals it out of the sky. He's going to go spin move, back it down. Michael Porter Jr. is on fire, pulling up from 3. Can he knock it down? Oh, it rolls out. Oh, no. Going back the other way, Donovan Clingan trying to put the moves on it. He's going coast to coast, calls point guard. Oh, my God. SGA brought the whistle with him. De'Aaron Fox gets around his man. Nobody's going to guard him. He sneaks past the defenders. He's got 18. Team's up to 100 points in total. De'Aaron Fox picking his pockets. And SGA's a foul merchant. How is he getting all these calls? Just look at this sold-out crowd, though. Everyone is here looking for Toronto's second championship. Pass it out to Michael Porter Jr. Scotty Barnes trying to set a screen. Scotty, we'll go ahead and take the midi. We're going to go back to 1982. Oh my God, okay, we missed it. Nope. Denver's going to get the timeout. They're not scoring it's not taking very much time off the clock when they score. SGA hits a fucking midi. We're only up by 9 points now. I swear, they keep getting rebounds, calling timeouts. Michael Porter Jr. lobs it up to Scotty Barnes. Michael Porter Jr. finally swings the rock, and it leads to an easy dunk. Oh, De'Aaron Fox trying to make moves happen. Michael Porter Jr. underneath. Gets blocked by Jonathan Kuminga. We're going the other way. I missed the pickup. Are you kidding me? Aaron Gordon, no. We missed the ball. It's only a 7-point game. What's going on? Why are we choking it away? Got SGA leaning. Got him leaning. Drop his ass. Scotty Barnes, you are the franchise. So if you can do it, I'd love to see it. Jared Allen's wide open underneath. And we missed the lob. Michael Porter Jr. get there. He hobbled to it. Stepping inside. Try to draw the foul. It's an air ball. What are we doing? Michael, you're choking the game away. We're fouling. Oh my God. It's a 5-point game. Michael Porter Jr., can you clutch up? A deep 3 for no reason. We got the rebound, though, and oh my God, they're sending Jared Allen to the line. Not who you want to see. Clutch. Jared Allen bobbles the first one in. I don't know how that's a bobble animation. I think that was pretty swish-worthy. It's got to go in. 2 for 2. It's a 6-point game. Oh my God, Michael Porter Jr. got fucking posterized. They're trying to foul De'Aaron Fox. We're not going to let it happen. We're going inside. Spin move. Easy dunk. Get out of here, Denver. Have fun. Grab your passports. Flying home because this game is over. De'Aaron Fox with the dunk, with the exclamation point. Finally gets a championship for a team that really deserved it. This is a match made in heaven. Dalton Knecht puts up a stinker. We get the rebound, and we get the win. Toronto's second championship. Honestly, not the craziest performance for Scotty Barnes. Let's look at the box score here in a closeout game. Michael Porter Jr., 1 for 4. Most of those threes were me. But De'Aaron Fox gets a championship. Very efficient. 10 for 12, 20 points, couple steals in very timely fashion. And Donovan Clingan was eating. Oh my God, 27 points. But you know what? Doesn't matter. Jamal Murray, 4 points off the bench. But we got the championship. The Toronto Raptors are 2-time NBA champions. Look how happy everyone is. We've got so many storylines. Michael Porter Jr. in a revenge game. Dylan Harper, Hugo Gonzalez, couple of high drafted picks in the 2025 draft class. Jared Allen gets a championship, gets away from Cleveland. Scotty Barnes leads the team to victory. He's probably going to be finals MVP. And De'Aaron Fox leaves Sacramento, leaves whatever dumpster fire is going on over there. Going to have to rebuild that team. That team is... Peyton Watson gets his second championship. Darko Rajakovic proves that he can be a top coach in this league. SGA wins finals MVP. Get the fuck out of here. We're giving it to, you know what? Let's evaluate who had the best run here. It's pretty hard to really see who would be the finals MVP for this team. SGA did put up 47. Scotty Barnes, De'Aaron Fox. Honestly, it's like Michael Porter Jr. had like the best stats per game. I think I'd give it to Michael Porter Jr. He had 20 points in almost every single game. We can just say the real MVP, the real finals MVP was you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. And if you guys want to see me rebuild another team, be sure to comment down below who it should be, and I'll see you there. Take it easy.